Yes, discover the drive. Discover the deal at your Packard dealers now.
Efficient function embodied in a superior expression of style and comfort. Packard was the brand that set an early standard for quality and luxury in American automobiles. So it seems appropriate that the same building, which was once the Wichita home of Packard, has become the new home of GLMV Architecture, a company that reflects that same spirit of dedication to both functional performance and graceful design. You see it not only in the many and varied projects they have completed, but also in the way they have transformed a virtually abandoned former dealership into an innovative, user-friendly environment for one of Wichita's most distinguished architectural firms. The grand opening of J. Arch Butt's Packard dealership in January of 1931 was an event that sprawled across 4 pages of the Wichita Eagle.
In the window over the center door, the front door on the north, they had a turntable, and they displayed a brand new Packard on that, and it was lit up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Considered to be one of the premier Packard showrooms of its day, the building would continue to serve as a dealership for other brands until it was turned into a storage annex in the mid-60s. More than 4 decades later, GLMV Architecture, one of the largest firms in the region, needed more space and found it at the eastern gateway to downtown at 1525 East Douglas.
When we first walked in the building, it was not in the best of shape. It was very dark. The windows had been covered over with paint and plywood, but we noticed the high ceilings. And then when we walked upstairs, it just all came together. There are 2 beautiful steel bowstring trusses that clear span the upper level, lots of glass. We just took a look at it and said, this is it.
Aside from acquiring the much-needed space, the design team at GLMV saw a couple of distinct opportunities in the building.
It is a historical building, so we placed it on the National Register of Historic Places, and at the same time, LEED certified the building for energy efficiency and sustainability.
The forward-leaning imperatives of green design and the respect that had to be paid to the building's heritage presented the architects with the challenge of resolving conflicting priorities. Just one example was the second-floor windows.
We were required to keep the existing steel sash windows, which are beautiful windows and actually were in very good shape. They were just single glazed and very energy inefficient. So we developed a interior storm window that was able to give us that efficiency.
As a car dealership, the building had been divided into a first-floor showroom and a second-floor service department with plenty of wide-open space on both levels. Much of that openness had to be preserved to qualify as a historical site, but GLMV found that minimizing walls and enclosed rooms also helped to facilitate the collaborations that are essential to the creative work they do. Another feature that had to be preserved was the ramp that once bustled with automotive traffic between the 2 floors.
They drove the old Packards, all 6,000 pounds of them, up to the second floor for service and the paint and body shop. And one of the requirements of the historical folks is that we leave the ramp and we leave the sign. So that became kind of a grand staircase to the second level.
With the ramp, the GLMV design team saw a chance to create comfortable spaces for staff to research, meet, and discuss in a kind of balcony extension of the spacious lunchroom and training room below.
Since we do a lot of aviation work, we thought we ought to have a little bit of tribute to aviation in the building, so we installed a hangar door. It's between our break room and the training room, and when we open it up, we can see about 100 people in that location.
The names of Packard models from years gone by have been etched on the entrances to GLMV's conference rooms. And like the carmaker in its time, GLMV has built a reputation for innovation in their work as well. From aviation to defense, healthcare, and education, to outdoor and recreational spaces, GLMV has worked in virtually every field of architecture. And now, like the proverbial cobbler finally finding the time to craft his own shoes, GLMV has become its own client and downtown Wichita is richer for their efforts.
So what GLMV has done is that they have preserved a part of our past, but also they've given a whole new vibrant life to the building. So now the walkability of Douglas has enhanced tremendously. And the great thing is that it goes beyond this building. You'll see influence of the activity here influencing what's happening around the area as well.
It's fun to see areas of town be renovated for new uses with the dynamic group that we've got here with GLMV. To see now their organization housed in the old Packard dealership. The end result is a product that you're really pleased to be associated with.
Well, we think the building really represents what we can do, what we do all day, every day for clients. It's an example of how we work and the quality of work that we do. But it works extremely well for us.
A spirit of innovation resides again at the corner of Douglas and Greenwood under a new name, GLMV, a company who's known for their superior designs and quality performance, just as the Packard automobile. And with GLMV's efforts in the renovation of their new home, they will now be recognized for preserving a special part of our past while helping to drive our future.